Guys, welcome to the channel. So I finally did it. I broke down and decided to buy a new carburetor for the Ariens 24-inch Deluxe. Yeah, we've cleaned the carb several times, and I think it's finally time to replace it. And so we are going to do that today, but we are going to do a little bit of a demonstration before we swap out that new carb. If you guys are here and you want to check that out, stick around, give me a thumbs up, hit subscribe. Let's get started. Like I said, I finally broke down and bought a new carb for my Ariens 24-inch Deluxe. We've had it for several years, been doing a lot of videos with it over the years using it. This year's usage videos have been really low on that, as I have been reviewing another brand for a company that actually sent me a snowblower to review. So if you guys want to check that out, I'll have a link popping up right here to that video. You guys can go there and see that. Also check out the reviews playlist where I'm reviewing snowblowers and chainsaws and all kinds of things. So today though, we're here to talk about the Ariens 24-inch Deluxe and swapping out that carburetor. Now I got a lot of videos of cleaning that carburetor, 2, 3 maybe, I'd say a lot, 2 or 3. We pull the carb off, we clean it, we go through it, we put it back on. It usually runs pretty well. Now this year already, I've pulled that carb off, I've put it back on, it runs until I start to hit the snow, and it really bogs down. I don't remember it bogging down that bad, and I decided, you know what? I'm done messing around with it, right? I'm done messing around with it. So if you're to this point, you're done messing around with it, you're ready to replace the carb, well, I'm going to share with you what I got. Now, don't mind me, I'm looking at my phone here because I ordered this thing off Amazon. I spent $26.99 before shipping and tax, okay? This kit is supposed to include a whole bunch of stuff. Now, by the time we get to the end of this video, if you want to get this kit, guys, it's going to be linked down below in the description. Scroll down, you'll see Amazon links, and I will have it. It'll say carburetor kit here for Ariens Deluxe or something like that, okay? It'll say at least carburetor kit. You guys go, you buy the kit, help support the channel, and you purchase anything through those links. It really does help support the channel a little bit, and I greatly appreciate it. Also, if this video helped you out and you guys want to help support directly, you can always become a member on the channel, and that always helps out as well. Keeps this channel going, keeps these videos going and things like that, because this is, well, this is what I'm doing full time. This chainsaw carving, creating stuff. All right, we're not here for that. Anyway, here's the kit. Now, the cool thing is, guys, this kit's supposed to come with several things. We've got new gaskets, a new carburetor, new spark plug, gas line, shutoff valve for your gas line. We got an inline filter, primer bulb, and some new clamps. Now, we're not going to be using all that stuff in this video because I don't need to replace all that stuff in this video. Basically, what I'm going to most likely do is just put some new gaskets on with the carburetor, see how it runs, and then if we need to, we're going to pull that spark plug and put a new one in. But first, let's bring you guys in close and let's take a look at what's in the box before we head outside. Here, everything I named off is in the box. All right, we got gas hose. This is your carburetor. Everything you need. It looks just like the one that's on the Ariens 24-inch Deluxe. All right, we got our new on and off valve, primer bulb, new spark plug. These are the clamps, which I don't even think I need to replace those. The gaskets, which we will replace when we put the new carb on, and an inline gas filter. Now, I don't think I'm going to even bother putting this on today. Honestly, it's not like the gas is getting junk in it. It's just the carburetor. We've pulled it apart 100 different times already, and it's probably adjusted wrong or something, and honestly, I'd rather just replace it. Now, what are a few tools you're going to need to make your life easier? Needle nose pliers or a pair of vice grips. Pliers would be much easier to use, and a socket wrench set. Again, these sort of things I'll have linked down below through Amazon. If you don't have them, guys, you can go there and purchase these items. Now, I also do recommend having some kind of container to put your nuts and bolts in as you pull things apart, all right? Mini eclairs, right? We eat these things, are great. Keep that container around, throw your stuff in it. The stuff you take off. All right, guys, let's head outside, because what we're going to do first, fire it up with the old carburetor. We're going to make a pass down the yard, throw in some snow, and we'll back it up. We'll swap that carburetor off. We'll put this new one on, and we'll do the same thing. And we can see what we have for a difference. We'll see if this runs any better or if it's the same. So be sure to stick around, and let's head outside. Hey guys, so here she is, my Ariens 24-inch Deluxe, okay? Give it a look over so you guys can see, yeah, it's the same machine I have, right? This is in the back of the truck, the ice chipper pick thing. Okay, now this might look different here. I recently took the cover off because the piece that holds it rotted off already and fell off, and this whole thing was rattling, driving me nuts. So removed that. It's usually a cover, so that's gone. Now, what I'm gonna do is fire it up, and we're gonna go down the back hill here. I'm gonna set you guys to the side so you can actually, you can see it go through the snow. So it hasn't been started yet today. I've had it out here covered. 3 chime duped. Let's see here. Gas is on. Let's make sure we got gas in it, actually. Oh, she's topped right off. Bringing you down here, we're letting that warm up a minute, but the idle, man, I started up at idles so high, and then when I start hitting the snow, it usually just bogs right out. So I'm gonna set you guys down here, drive it down over there, and we're gonna hit some fresh snow and blow it over here. But yeah, stick around. All right, guys, so in here nice and close. At least the motor's warmed up for my hands a little. Got my nice hot coffee. We got our tools here ready to go. Now we're gonna try not to kick snow into that new carburetor. We'll see how that goes, right? One of these plastic shopping bags here. I'm gonna put everything on that because when we pull the line off for the carb, gas is gonna come out. I wanna catch it. I'm not looking to have it all just go on the ground. So we'll actually use our parts bucket to just catch the gas that's going to come out when we remove the carb. So just kind of follow me. I think you guys can see what's going on. You can, perfect. All right, so first things first, we got to remove some bolts so we can get in here, guys. I can't remember what size we're dealing with, so I think they're 10. That was a 9. 10 mil. All our bolts are set aside. You're gonna work this piece off, get it out of the way. Okay. Got a little hose here attached. Let's see if we can get it with our hand. That's for the primer bulb there. Okay. I'm just gonna set this right over here out of the way. Don't even really need to undo any of those wires, just move it over. Now our gas line hose is here. I forgot to put the clamp on all the way from last time, it looks like, so that's there. But you know what, let's see here, what do we got going on? Oh yeah, we got to pull these two, like a spacer nut. That's what I'm calling them. They might be called something else, but pop these off. Whole stud came out. Sometimes you can pop that up and get away with just moving it out of the way because it's plastic, all right? But if you want, you can go over, you pull your shut-off valve off, and you remove this cover, and there's one more bolt for this plastic piece, and you can just undo the whole thing if you'd like. Now, this kit doesn't come with the little spring that's in here, okay? So you got this little spring and this rod. There's other kits with those. This one does not have these, okay? Just letting you guys know. So we do have to get in there though and try to undo these things carefully without bending too much stuff, which is always like, yeah, right, good luck. So you guys will at least have 2 available hands. I am trying to film and do this, so that's good times. Okay, I got it on my knee. See how that works. Okay, I usually pop that off and start moving this forward a little bit. And sometimes we can get this other rod to just pop out, okay? Bring this forward. Well, actually, sorry guys, I'm missing a step here. We gotta get our gas line off, okay? So using your pliers or whatever you want to use. This is where you want to watch your eyes though. There's gonna be gas in this hose. Okay, dripping out. And there's gonna be gas inside your carburetor. So just be careful when you pull things off. You don't want to spill it, get gas all over, okay? Now we've got this seal on here. Okay, this one's pretty much had it. As you guys can see, just basically fell apart. They give you a pack of them, a few different ones, I'm guessing, because there's probably some different styles here. Let's pull it out, see which one best matches the one we just pulled off. This one actually looks like an exact match. Okay, so we're going to slip this back on. Next, I want to make sure we turn our these studs in all the way. Now you can clean that up so you have a better seal. That's up to you guys. I probably should, but you know, I won't. Carefully push that all the way back. Try not to rip it. They're kind of flimsy. Okay, so that's on. Next, we're gonna grab our brand new carburetor. Move this plastic out of the way. Slip this on. And then we're gonna wonder why it's not lining up right. And that's because it's on backwards. So spin it around. Now put it on. No longer crooked, right? I'm just gonna pop my gas line on so that stops dripping on my hands. Put my little hose clamp on there. Boom, that's on. Okay. See if we can get that one rod connected, which would have been easier before I put the gas on, but it's okay. Pop that down in place. All right. Move it forward. We got that little spring that stretches out, all right, guys? Can be a little tricky because you're trying not to bend this thing all to heck. Now you guys can't see much, but when you're in this spot, you guys will know what I'm talking about. Put it back in the little hole. Come on. Go in your home. Are you too good to go in your home? Alright. So that's all lined back up. Let's push our carb all the way back. Let's put a plastic piece back over the top. Again, guys, easier if you just take it all off. I just don't feel like messing with it. Okay? I don't feel like messing with it. We'll make it work this way. But now we're to the point where it's on. We gotta just move the carb back, get this plastic situated down in place, because it needs to be over the studs here. Okay, now those studs, well, the plastic has like bushings in it, at least mine does, and they fall out. So that's what I'm finagling with right here, is just pushing the bushing back into the plastic. The other one's in my catch pan here. Some cold gasoline. Pop that back on. I believe this is just so you do not fully compress the plastic when you put the nuts back on. Okay. Grab these two long spacer style nuts. Actually, I got the gas line on. Everything else is on. So I'm going to turn my gas on. So it'll start getting some flow to the carburetor. Okay. We're going to grab this piece. Lay it flat. Make sure everything is pushed in all the way. Take that little line. Connect it back to the primer bulb. Don't forget to pop your spark plug wire holder back into the plastic and put this on. Okay, so we're virtually back together. Now, something I did on my snowblower is I took tin cutters, tin snips, and I cut away all this covered here. Okay, all this metal covered here, and I could not get in to adjust this black screw up in here, because I feel like you got to be able to adjust it sometimes. So with that removed, you're able to get in. Alright guys, so we did a one-handed start with that old carburetor. We've already got our gas on all the way. Machine's on. 1, 2, 3 on the primer bulb. I believe that's what it says. 3 times max. Start. Turn this down. Let's see if she fires up. Hey guys, so there you go, we're back up here. It seems to be running smoother. It really does. It still sounds like it bogs a little down there. What I ended up doing while it was still running up here was there's that black screw in here that I can see because I trimmed the metal. If this is on, you can't see that. And I used my long screwdriver and I turned it left, so counterclockwise, just a little bit while the machine was running, and I could hear it kind of idle up a little bit. I turned the machine off, I turned it back on, and when I fired it up, the idle was much higher. This was on full all the way. This was on run. We weren't spitting and sputtering, so the idle was very high. So what I did was I just dialed this back. I know I didn't show it on camera, but I went down, I made a quick pass and came back up here. And when I'm not throwing snow, I'm just dialing this back a little bit because the idle is that much higher. So really I'm going to end up turning this black screw that's deep in here just back clockwise, maybe half a turn, and leave it. Now this is, you might have to make these adjustments just according to yours, but the machine's not spitting and sputtering. It's running a lot smoother than it was, and I'm pretty happy with it. I've got this thing, I think, where I want it at this point, and I think I'm ready for the next storm. So if we get a lot of fresh snow, or if I get working on what I normally do is build the kids a sled track out back here, then you know, we'll get some shots of this thing in action again. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Give me a thumbs up, hit subscribe if you guys haven't already. Also check out those links in the description for tools and the carburetor we used here. Also, if you guys would like to buy me a coffee, you guys can do so by hitting join and becoming a member to the channel. You guys can buy me a coffee, and I really do appreciate it. To those of you that already join and become members monthly and help support the channel in that way, it really is awesome, and you know, it really is greatly appreciated, believe it or not. You know, in the future here, I've got some vintage chainsaws, and we're gonna start working on kind of getting them running and maybe just some light restoration. Have an awesome day. Check out some videos popping up, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.